one of your tears. And in our cry this morning, we often ask the Lord, Lord, why? Why me, Lord? But we must realize that if we're going to reign with him, Miss Irene, then we're going to have to do what? We're going to have to suffer with him. I don't want y'all to think that y'all are all by yourselves this morning. So come clear Job. Job, the Bible said that Job was a perfect and an upright man, one that feared God and shunned evil. The Bible said that Job was a man that woke up early in the morning and offered burnt sacrifices for him and his children, so that if it was so that they had sinned and cursed God in their hearts, that their sins would be forgiven. Job feared God and shunned evil. Job was doing what he was supposed to be doing. Sometimes things happen in our lives because we ain't doing what we're supposed to be doing. God tells us to go left and we go right. God tells us to sit down and we stand up. God tells us to sit still and we take off running. We know that obedience is better than sacrifice, so we should all take time to listen to what the Lord has to say. Because there's one thing about it, the Lord is just not wasting his breath speaking to us. So Job was doing all that he was supposed to do. And one day all Job had was gone. His children, all his substance, even his health had started to fade. Which lets us know that it will rain on the just as well as the unjust. Jesus said that trials and tribulations will come, but be of good cheer, for I've already overcome the world. Which brings us to our text this morning. Well, I've done my homework, and I found out that the word testimony is defined as a noun, which means it's a person, place, or thing. A statement made under oath to establish fact, any declaration or any form of evidence or proof. So therefore, before we can even have or talk about a testimony, we must have a test. You go to school and you sit in class all the week, and Friday, here comes a test. Sometimes they don't announce the test. Sometimes it's what they call a pop test. So you have to be ready at all times. So it is in this life when serving the Lord. We live our life from Sunday to Sunday if it's the Lord's will, and during the week we have trials and storms and tribulations that come. Sometimes there's no warning that these things are going to come, but we have to be prepared. The Bible said that we must put on the whole armor of God that we may be able to withstand the fiery darts of the devil. We must have on the helmet of salvation and the breastplate of righteousness, and we must have the word, which is the sword, and our feet shod with the preparation of the gospel. Sounds like a lot that we must do just to be able to stand. But I declare that the race is not given to the swift nor the strong, but the one that endureth to the end. Y'all gonna pray with me? You must have to first have been brought out, 2, have proof, and 3, be able to tell the world who it was that brought you out. Well, early at the beginning of our text this morning, we see that Jesus passed by. The location was not disclosed, but in the 8th chapter of the book of John, Jesus had went to the Mount of Olives early in the morning and came into the temple again. This was the same place when Jesus got to talking to the scribes and the Pharisees, and they tried to trap Jesus. And Jesus said that before Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, he said that I am, and that was their grounds for taking up stones to stone him. The end of the 8th chapter gives record that Jesus was just leaving the temple. The Pharisees were yet trying to find a way to kill Jesus. They called a